What's up everybody, welcome back to Unparalleled Universe for another action figure review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Disney Toybox Yoda and Darth Vader figures. And here's a quick look at Yoda in the packaging, and he looks cool in there. The packaging's not collector friendly or anything, so once you open it up it's garbage, but the figures do look nice in there. And then on the side you got some Yoda artwork. On the back you have a look at some of the other figures that have come out recently. And speaking of that, I don't think that these figures are very new. They've probably been out for at least a couple months, but I'm just getting into this line, so I'm picking them up here and there, and I'm having a lot of fun with them, so I wanted to get on here and talk about them. But let's get started with Yoda here. So he does look really nice. For these Star Wars figures from the Disney Toybox line, they really remind me of the Rebels figures, and I think that's pretty cool. That's a good thing. And yeah, I love the sculpt on this guy. I love the facial expression that they have for Yoda. He doesn't look super old, and that's probably another reason why I think that he reminds me of Rebels. But of course these are based on the Disney Infinity video game, so they all have this kind of like stylized look to them. But yeah, I think it works really good with Yoda. When I saw him in the packaging, I was really excited about him. I passed on it the first time, but then I went back a couple days later and picked him up. So the sculpt work is really nice. I love how they did this jacket. It's a really soft plastic. It doesn't get in the way at all of his articulation. He doesn't have much articulation, but he does have a little bit. And this jacket definitely does not get in the way at all. So I do like how they did that. And it is attached on the top, so it's not removable or anything. But there's no attachments on the lower half, so you could spin his lower half without any problems. And it does look really good. The sculpt is really nice. I love the face on here. And he did come with a lightsaber, but the lightsaber it's decent, but it's a little sloppy on the handle. You could see that the paint isn't that great, but it's fine. It's not a big deal at all, and he is able to hold it pretty good. You just got to kind of spin it into the right direction to get his hand gripping on there tight. And you have the open hand on this side. And let's see here, you've got the gray hair in the back that all looks good, the hood folded down. And aside from the lightsaber, the only other thing that Yoda comes with is a Force Ghost version of himself. And I love that. This is really what sold me on the set here. But I mean, I did think Yoda looked cool, but I thought for the Spirit, the Force Ghost, and Yoda himself, it was a really good deal. So this really got me excited to pick this up. But yeah, looking at the sculpt is really nice. I like the face on there. It is kind of hard to see because it's translucent plastic, but I do love the pose too. He has like a cane that he's leaning on. I do wish that Yoda himself came with the regular cane, but it's okay that he didn't, you know. But yeah, look at that. It looks really cool. It's kind of hard to see the details, but it's sculpted very, very nice. Has like a translucent kind of bluish effect to it. And for the articulation, there really isn't too much going on, but I do think that it's a pretty good amount for a Yoda size figure. At first, when I saw the figure, I kind of was wishing that he had some kind of elbow joint, but considering how small the limbs are, I think it works perfectly fine how it is. I mean, you would have been able to get a little bit more, I guess you would have been able to get a little bit more poses than you're able to as is, but you know, not much. It might not have been worth it to break up the sculpt like that, because I don't know if you would have gained much out of it. But anyways, let's get into it here. So his head is able to move side to side. You could get him to look up to about there. You could get him to look down to about there. His arms come out to the side. They could swing all the way around. He has a swivel at the wrist and a hinge at the wrist. And then for his torso, he just has a waist cut. So as I mentioned before, the jacket does not get in the way at all of any of his articulation, so that is nice. And then for his legs, you can bring them out to the side like that. And you could bring them forward to about there. And then for his feet, I think there is like a hinge in there, but it's really hard to get it to move. But yeah, it's definitely in there. And then they could swivel side to side if you need them to. But yeah, like I said, for a figure this small, I think the articulation setup is okay. You're definitely able to get him into some cool poses. So I'm happy with the articulation. Of course, it would be better to have more, but sometimes, and usually this is not how I think, usually I'm more geared towards articulation, but sometimes it's not worth breaking up the sculpt just to add a little bit of articulation that wouldn't add much to the overall figure anyways. So overall, I'm okay with the articulation setup on this figure. I think they did a good job with it. And for Vader, he definitely has that cartoon look to him too, but he's still pretty menacing, and I do like the way he looks a lot. He's a lot of fun to pose and play with, actually. And he does have pretty decent articulation, and let's just take a quick look at the sculpt here. All of it looks pretty good. There's nothing, no huge flaws. The cape looks nice. It has like a natural flowing look to it. Doesn't get in the way too much, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And I do like the helmet. It looks... Again, the figure kind of looks goofy, but I do like the way it looks. I still like the way it looks, though. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with this guy. And he does come with a lightsaber, too. This lightsaber's done a little bit better than Yoda's. It's not as sloppy, and of course, Vader's able to hold it with no problem. You just need to spin it around until he's gripping it tight, so that works out good. And for the articulation, his head is able to move side to side. His helmet kind of gets in the way, but it does move side to side. You could get him to look up to about there, look down to about there. And for his arms, you could bring them out to the side. You can go all the way around with them. And then you have a single jointed elbow joint. You have forearm rotation. And then you have a hinge at the wrist and a rotation at the wrist. And I do like the way that his hand looks. I like that position that his hand is in. It really allows him to make some really cool poses. And then for his legs, for his waist, he does have a waist swivel. And there's no torso articulation. It seems like so far none of the Disney Toy Box figures have torso articulation. Man, if they did, that'd be over the top. That'd be really awesome, but it's okay. And then for his legs, this thing does kind of get in the way. The plastic is a little bit tough, so you can't really move his legs too much, but you could bring them out forward to about there. You can bring them out to the side, only to about there. And then you have a single jointed knee, a swivel there at the knee. And then his feet are able to come to the front to about there. He could go up to about there. And he has rocking ankles. Huh, that's awesome. So yeah, pretty cool articulation on Vader. Nothing crazy, but still, he's still a lot of fun to pose and play with. And he does look good next to the other Star Wars Disney Toy Box figures. And now for a couple of size comparisons. Here they are next to the Figure Arts King Mickey from Kingdom Hearts. And then we have the Disney Toy Box Mickey Mouse. And then here they are with the Diamond Select Scooter and Diamond Select Gonzo. And then now we have the Disney Afternoon Time Funko Darkwing Duck and Scrooge McDuck. And then here they are hanging out with the Marvel Universe Juggernaut and the Marvel Legends Spider-Ham. And then now here we have them with the Disney Toy Box Boba Fett and Disney Toy Box Kylo Ren. And I don't have any of the Black Series figures from the Rebels show or the Clone Wars show, only because I kind of fell off from that line. But just in case anyone wanted to see how Yoda fit in with the 6-inch Black Series figures, here he is. And I mean, I think it's pretty close. You could probably get him in there pretty good with your Black Series Clone Wars stuff, if you'd like. But anyways, I just wanted to make sure people saw what he looked like next to them, just in case anybody was curious in doing this. So overall, I'm pretty satisfied with all of these figures, more so the Yoda set than Darth Vader himself, but Darth Vader is pretty cool. There's no huge flaws or anything like that. He's a very fun figure, and I think it even though it's more cartoonish, it still captures Darth Vader pretty good. And the Yoda set is just really awesome, and there's some potential to use them in other lines, so that's always nice. But I think what you get in the box there is really worth it. You get the Force Ghost and Yoda, and for $10 to $12, I think that's a really good deal. So I am very, very happy with the Yoda figure, and I think I'm going to be all in for the Star Wars stuff. Everything I've seen so far from the Disney Star Wars toy box line has been pretty cool. I picked up Boba Fett recently and I like him a lot too. The Han Solo and Luke Skywalker look really good. There's a Millennium Falcon that comes with Han Solo and Chewbacca, and that really looks like a lot of fun, so I might pick up those, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm very happy with all these guys. Yoda's probably my second favorite in the toy box line so far, right behind Mickey, and he's pretty close to Mickey, but I think Mickey's still a little bit better, but both of them are really cool, so very happy about this, and I just like the line in general. So I think that's it. As always, if you'd like to support the channel, I have t-shirts for sale. I'll leave a link in the description below. Go ahead and check those out. And if not, it's okay. I'm very happy that you took the time to watch the video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and peace.